Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to today's live session, day 60 of 365 days of sharing value. This one habit is keeping you broke. What is that one habit? Okay, in today's session, we are going to look at a critical habit that have kept you broke for a long time. My question to you is, are you going to do something about it today if you know about the habit? If yes, then let's go right in. This singular habit is keeping you broke. And what is that habit? It is the habit of bookkeeping. The habit of bookkeeping. What do I mean by bookkeeping? In a 10 years old, if you're trying to explain it to a 10 years old, or rather put in a layman's language, bookkeeping simply means recording your financial transactions in a book or an app or something, like keeping record. Okay, a lot of persons don't know how to keep record, both in their personal finance and in their business finance, and this is one of the ingredients for failure in business. I want to take you back memory lane. I want to share a brief story with you of why when I worked the 9 to 5. Like you all know, for those of you that are just joining me, I worked the 9 to 5 for 10 good years. This is my storyline, okay? Before I now finally started managing my own business. So while I worked the 9 to 5 for 10 years, I told myself that I want to learn the business of my job. I want to learn what I am doing. I want to be like my boss. So I started learning what they are doing. So one of the decisions I took then was to go through the various departments of my organization to see how things were done, to see the SOP, to see how, I want to learn. So I decided to, volunteer to be in those organizations, not necessarily what I am being paid to do. Okay. So at a point, I went into the inventory department, which is that of expenses. So I became someone that is in charge of the expenses of my organization. Whatever goes out for expenses, I am the one in charge. I noticed something very spectacular and I took note of it. Then that was many years ago, before I resigned actually. And what is that one thing? That for every expenses the organization makes, the operations makes, the marketers makes, there is a receipt. It is receipted. You must bring a receipt back for them to record. And at the end of the day, there's a portal where you have to enter all the receipts, the amount, everything. So that's bookkeeping, right? Businesses have it. My organization has it. So I was like, wow, if my organization can be keeping record of even ordinary washing of flag, like the Nigerian flag that was hoisted every 2 weeks is being washed. This is something that you can just pull down the flag and put it in bucket and wash it and hang it and to dry and record it as expense. But no, they said you should go to a professional dry cleaner that will give you receipts. So not just anyhow that dry cleaning, not just any roadside dry cleaning. So that means if you're going to be a dry cleaner, you should have a receipt, you should have a business name. So they have to go and look for the dry cleaner that has a receipt that will give them, okay, washing of flag 2005, everything must be done, even if it's pen that you bought. Wow, that lesson hit so hard. So I decided to start recording my expenses. I started, though I wasn't consistent then, because it's like kind of strange. I just made a discovery. So I started recording my expenses. At least I tried, I failed, I tried, I kept doing it until it started becoming part of me. That was when I now started looking at my expenses and was like, come, where is this my salary always going? Every time I'm complaining that my salary is not enough, where is it going? I can see some persons are watching me. Please do where to drop on the comment section where you're watching me from so that I can do a personal shout out to you. Thank you very much. So I was asking myself, where is this money going to? Every time I'm complaining this salary is not enough, what am I using it to do? That was the day I sat down and found out that I spent close to 20 something thousand on transport. I started tracking my expenses. I found out that my transport was the one consuming most of the money. Then my food, the food I buy, because I always hurry out of the office. I won't even, carry any food from the house. So I started knowing where my money went to, the major expenses, and I decided to start cutting down. Like sometimes I wake up early and trek to some extent. There's some other times I will start packaging food so that I will reduce my expenses and be managing that money. But as time goes on, now children are growing, expenses are increasing, inflation is coming up. So the money is still not enough. But to an extent, I was able to track where those monies were going to. So that was personal bookkeeping. So that singular art I learned was very helpful. And that is what has been keeping a lot of persons poor, especially small businesses. So you want to start an online business, as soon as you sell that course, piam, you just carry that money, you spend it, and you don't even invest back into the business. You did not budget for, let me say, advert or money you're going. Okay, sorry, please, I'm back. My network was acting up. Okay, so we're discussing one of the reasons why you are trapped in your vicious circle. Always complain about your salary. You don't have discipline in tracking your personal finance. Yes, you don't have discipline in tracking your personal finance. Then, if you have a business, how is your record keeping like? Do you just take money from your business? You don't even have account for it. Like, if you, I worked in the bank for 10 years, right? If you want to come and borrow money from the bank, they used to ask for your bank statement, your financial statements. Some business don't have it. Some small business don't have it. They just like treat their business anyhow. They are emotional about the money because, okay, I'm the one earning the money, is my salary now. So you're not policeable to anybody. You spend it the way you like. And when it finishes, you start looking for who to borrow from. That is poor financial management. But if actually you're tracking your expenses, then you'll be able to know that, okay, this is where this money is going to. I need to cut off on this. I need to delay gratification. And from there, you start perfecting it so that when you now have a business, the same thing will also happen in your business. Yes, I want to understand that this is the problem of so many. Now, how do you curb it? What is the solution? The solution is this: starting today. Yes, today is 1st of March. So let us assume that all things are passed away. Behold, everything is made new. Today is 1st March. So I will advise you should start tracking your expenses. If you don't have those apps on your phone or on your laptop, you can start with an exercise book. You can draw a line. It should have 4 components. What are those components? The date, today is 1st. All the expenses you have made today, sit down now and write them down. If you don't write them down, you forget. Sit down now, get a pen and a paper, start writing it down. Okay, I bought yam 2,000 naira from, who did you buy from? That aboki by my roadside, or you bought it from the market. When you're able to trace that you bought from the market and you bought from the maybe the house stores or the house grocery, you now know that it's expensive to buy in sachets like one than when you now buy in bulk. So by the time you see this particular buying of yam occurring like maybe 4 to 5 times in a month, you're buying yam, that means that's an indication that, why not buy this in bulk? Don't you think it will be cheaper when you buy it in bulk than buying one? That's an indication, right? That's an indication. Then when you see that, okay, you use money to you bought chicken with this money, you spent it on beer with friends, you hosted this for a party, you now start asking yourself, are these things really necessary? At least you'll be able to see the breakdown of your cash. And when you're not complaining no money, you now see where you use it for excesses that are not really necessary. That will help. But here is another caveat: people don't do what is expected, they do what is supervised or what is instructed. So if you want to do it yourself, you may be so emotional about it. And that is why in the book, Retired Young, Retire Rich by Robert Kiyosaki, he advised that you get a professional bookkeeper. Why? So that he or she will hold you accountable. Because if you're not accountable to anyone, you become so emotional about it. Babe, why am I stressing myself? Who is coming to? It's not my money, it's not my salary. and you'll be relaxed. I was like, I beg, doesn't matter. Or maybe you wrote for today, wrote for tomorrow. Before you know, I beg, I don't even forget. And this is so boring. And that is where the habits will come in. That is where your habit, that inconsistency, that indiscipline, that laziness, that procrastination will come in, and it's keeping you poor year in, year out. Year in, year out. I could remember then when I never knew about this, it was just a vicious circle, continuous vicious circle, year in, year out, year in, year, until 1 year like that, I got so angry. I was like, what's this? Vivian, what's this? This is the 7th year. Nothing. You still, the salary is even not enough. You're owing payday loan. And you know one thing about the employers, they know that this salary is not enough. They know too well that it's barely enough. They know. So they will push in products that will even enslave you the most. They'll call it payday loans, salary advances, and all that and all that, knowing that definitely you fall into that trap. Then that your salary that is not even enough, they will not charge you interest on top of it for borrowing from them. Wow. So why not cut your SSCs then, channel your money to income generating activities? By the time you're able to curb these excesses, you'll be able to like carve out some money that can help you invest in another source of income. You can be able to bring out some excess cash that can help you start learning a skill that can help you generate more money, especially in the online space. And that is what I keep preaching for everyone, that you need to start having a side hustle while you're still maintaining your job. You don't need to quit that job now because things are already messed up. So you have to look for a way using your spare time. You can use 1 hour of your time every day, 20 minutes interval. I'm going to be showing you what to do with it in my bottle boot camp. In my bottle boot camp, I'm advising mothers on what to use 1 hour of their time every day, every spare. Just check your time. The same thing you do to your finance, that is the same thing you also do to your time. Check your time. Check all the time from 24 hours, from morning till the close of the day. Also track it, record it down. Okay, 1 hour from it says 6 to 7. I just woke up and I was pressing my phone. From 7 to 8, I was just sitting down, doing nothing, watching Telemundo. And just watch one of your day like this. You only one day alone. I think there's one book I read. The man said, I'm sorry, I can't figure out the name of the book, but that book said, the man said, if I sit with you for just one day of your life, if I sit with you, I'll be able to tell your future. What is he trying to say? That your daily habits determines your future. In fact, your future is now. You are living your future, because whatever you are doing now, that is the same thing that will transcend to your future. There's no two ways about it. If you cannot police your finance, if you cannot police your time, if you cannot mind them, you cannot do that in the future too. It will be lagging behind. It will be shamble. If you're not organized, it will reflect even in your business. That is just the truth. So this one habit, you need to arrest it, which is the habit of bookkeeping. I told you before that it has 4 components: the date you spend the money, the amount you spent. The amount, is an indicator to know if you are spending too much or too little. So you can't just write, I bought this. No, how much? That day you wrote the amount. The other day you also wrote the amount down. So that will show you this place you bought it was cheaper here and it was more expensive here. Okay, so the date, the amount, who did you buy it from, or who did you give that cash? Who? The person. Okay, then if possible you can put the time, or most importantly the purpose of that thing you purchased. Just look for something and put as the purpose. Like in my own organization, then there must be a purpose for everything. What was it for? For fuel. What was it this thing for? For washing of flag. There must be a purpose. Without that purpose, that field will not be completed. It will be blank. It will tell you what is the purpose. So that is the 4 elements of bookkeeping. So I want to advise you, are you going to change your habits today? Haven't heard this talk? Please do, because it's going to help you organize your life. It's also going to help you organize your finance, and it's also going to help you in your business. Like you may say, oh, I don't have any business. Sweetheart, you are in a business. You are in the business of you. You are a business. Don't be deceived. You are in a business. I'm waking you up to a business. You are in a business of your skill, talent, experience, story. You are the salt of the earth, you're the light of the world. You are in business of shining your light to others. Wake up to that business, okay? So this is where we're going to call it a wrap today. Let me do a special shout out to the 9 to 5 mommies. Today is 1st of March. Come April 15, we're going to be having a boot camp called Beyond Office to Offline Bootcamp. In that bootcamp, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know on how you can move from the office space to the online space, running your own personal business, the business of you, a unique business. So you're going to have a product that you're going to sell to the world, okay? Yes, it could be from your story, it could be from your experience, it could be from your skill, it could be from even the job you're doing. I'm going to show you how you can bring that job you're doing, where you are serving just few number of persons in just your location, into bringing it online, where you're not serving the whole world, and you're going to be cashing out massively. Okay, one of the things I'm going to be showing those at the boot camp is how you can create a unique product that is just peculiar to you, and that product you can sell it to the world. What I mean sell it to the world, what do I mean? You can create that product in English now. Do a product in English and convert it into 175 languages of the world and sell. Through Facebook, you're connected to the whole world. Through Facebook ad, you can target anywhere, and even in your house, you can just target only those in your compound. That Facebook ad will be only in your compound people that will see me. That's how Facebook is. So if you want to sell to Germany, you just put Germany there. You want to sell to Egypt, anywhere you want to sell in the world, you just put their location, and those persons will get your product, and you convert it with a translator into any language of the world. Isn't that amazing? So if I were you, this is one of the reasons I should jump on that Boto Bootcamp coming up 15th of April. So if you find this live streaming useful, please do well to share it to any 9 to 5 worker you know. It could be your friend, it could be your colleague, it could be your sister, it could be anybody that you know that this live streaming will bless. And as you do that, God will bless you. So once again, thank you for watching. Happy new month. I pray that this month all our expectations, all our dreams will come to pass in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow, when we shall have day 61 of 365 days of sharing value. Till I come your way again, my name is Coach Vivian Ikechi, the financial woman advocate, CEO 9 to 5 Solution Helps. Bye.